Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Nur Hafizah binti Muhammad Ibrahim and I'm currently in the semester 4 of Bachelor Administration in Finance. So today, I'm going to discuss about the Islamic financial system in different aspects such as the value proposition, the operational mechanism and instruments offered by the different institutions and markets while comparing the same aspect with conventional financial system. First, let us see the definition of Islamic financial system. Islamic finance is a financial system that operates according to Islamic law, which is called Sharia, and is therefore Sharia compliant. Just like conventional financial system, Islamic finance features bank, capital markets, fund managers, investment firms, and insurance companies. However, these entities are governed both by Islamic law and the finance industry rules and regulations that apply to their conventional counterparts. A Muslim believes that Islam does not restrict economic activity, but instead direct it towards responsible activity that benefits other people, protect the earth, and honor Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. In other words, Islam allows for a free market economy where supply and demand are decided in the market and not dictated by a government. But at the same time, Islam directs the function of the market mechanism by imposing specific laws and ethics. A key purpose for imposing these laws and ethics is to promote social justice. Islam and social justice are inseparable. Therefore, social justice is a key concept of the Islamic finance industry. Okay, so let's move on to the first aspect, which is the value proposition of Islamic finance. So what is a value proposition? A value proposition refers to the value a company promises to deliver to their customer should they choose to buy their product. A value proposition is a part of a company's overall marketing strategy. The value proposition provides a declaration of intent or a statement that introduces a company's brand to consumer by telling them what the company stands for, how it operates, and why it deserves their business. With tremendous growth experience in the Islamic finance industry within the past decade, there is an increased call for self-evaluation in order to re-emphasize the need to realize original value proposition of Islamic financial intermediation in Islamic commercial law. The basic for any Islamic contract is to achieve the objective of Sharia maqasid following the Quran and Sunnah, and without them, there is no contract. Thus, it is necessary for Islamic financial institutions to ensure that their operations are in accordance with both. Maqasid Sharia refers to the objective of Islamic law, whose the aim to promote maslahah, which is public interest, by preserving social justice and removing corruption and evil from human activities. In the economic system, economic activities must be compliant to Sharia rules and principles. Both of them should be existent with conflicting each other, since one is derived from the other. Under Islamic finance, compliance takes two ways, which is compliance of the product and services that are offered in Malaysia. Compliance in the contracts offered by Islamic financial institutions are achieved through the dissemination of Sharia resolution in Islamic finance given by the Malaysian Central Bank, which is Bank Negara Malaysia, BNM. While for the conventional financial market, the value proposition is geared towards consumer-friendly customer service that are meant to attract more consumer and more customer with the ingenious objective of profit maximization only. Okay, the second aspect that I'm going to talk about is the structure of Islamic financial system. In essence, how an Islamic bank is supposed to be set up is based on the theory of sources and application of funds. There should be a single flow between the deposit and the financing or investment use of funds. which means there is no distinct function. It is a single function where customer deposits or invest pool is used to fund financing portfolio or deploy into investment instrument from which returns are derived and recognized. Once the returns are determined, these returns are shared between the bank and the customer. This profit-loss sharing structure demands a different way of managing the bank. Although not all Islamic banks are able to successfully pull this off 100%. Well, in my personal view, the structure of an Islamic bank is more suited if it is built around the Mudarabah structure. Because this Mudarabah structure fits perfectly on how the bank is used to be managed. It should be the backbone of any Islamic bank where the setup is linked end-to-end, resulting in sharing of actual return arising from a Sharia-compliant financing or investment activity. The basic difference between an Islamic banking and the conventional banking is the structure of how the bank is set up. For a conventional banking, the purpose of setting up is to collect deposit and to give loan. This is the shareholders' understanding of what it should be. Two very distant functions is collective deposit and give loans, and the arrangement is managed by a treasury function which tries to balance the returns to shareholders' fund. Okay, next is the operational mechanism of Islamic financial system. The Islamic banks have adopted the current banking tools and procedure when any clash arises, the Islamic banks have devised their own tools and procedure to accomplish their banking activities. Activities done is in Islamic financial market. In terms of deposit, Islamic banks receive two types of deposit, which are the deposit not committed for investment, which take the form of current account or saving account, and deposit committed for investment, which are called investment account. Whereas current account is operated in the same way as it is operated in the conventional banking system. In Islamic finance, in terms of profit sharing, there is two components, which is Mudarabah and Musyarakah. Profit loss sharing system is an agreement or mutual bond in conducting business. In the business activities, profits are shared together. Profit loss sharing is a special feature offered to the people, and in the Sharia rules, the distribution of net income is to be determined at the beginning of the contract. Determining the magnitude of the portion of the profits and loss between the two sides are determined according to mutual agreement and must occur in the presence of willingness on each side without coercion. Mudarabah financing mechanism is a kind of cooperation between two or more parties in which one party entrusts a number of capital to other parties who act as managers, mudarib, with a profit loss sharing agreement. In Mudarabah, the presence of representative of the owner of capital, Shahib al-Mal, is not required to manage some project. This kind of system can be applied to the financing of working capital. The only difference in conventional and Islamic system lies in sharing of risk and reward. Under conventional system, total risk is borne by the bank and total reward belongs to it after servicing the depositor at fixed rate, while under Islamic system, risk and reward both are shared with depositors. So the next point will be the instrument available in Islamic market. Islamic finance is based on Islamic principles and jurisprudence. The payment and receipt of interest, riba, is prohibited under Islamic principle. Contracts that involve speculation, maisir, and uncertainty, gharar, are considered void in Islamic finance. Financing instruments in Islamic finance consist of equity-like and debt-like instruments. Fixed claim instruments include murabahah, ijarah, salam, and istina. Suku is an asset-backed trust certificate, which is a bond, representing ownership of an asset of its earning based on the principle of Sharia. Equity instruments include mudarabah and musyarakah. In mudarabah, one partner provides the capital investment, ra'ul mal, to another partner, which is the mudarib, who is responsible for operation and management of the business. Musyarakah is a profit and loss sharing partnership contract. So let us see what is murabahah. Murabahah is a special kind of partnership where one partner gives money to another for investing in a commercial enterprise. The investment comes from the first partner, who is called Rabbul Mal, while the management and work is an exclusive responsibility of the other, who is called Mudarib. While Musyarakah is a word of Arabic origin, which literally means sharing. In the context of business and trade, it means a joint enterprise in which all the partners share the profit or loss of the joint venture. It is an ideal alternative for the interest-based financing with far-reaching effects on both production and distribution. In the modern capitalist economy, interest is the sole instrument indiscriminately used in financing of every type. Since Islam has prohibited interest, this instrument cannot be used for providing funds of any kind. Therefore, musyarakah can play a vital role in an economic based on Islamic principle. As for the comparison between instruments in Islamic financial system and conventional system, conventional financial instruments are mere paper asset. The value of such assets are based on their interest value, usually determined by the availability of information, issuer performance and rating, targeted returns, and the extent of trade ability of a given instrument. According to conventional financial, they deal mainly on intangible asset that is not backed by tangible asset or commodities, and other assets of physical existence and substance. Under this condition, the value of an instrument is normally a function of the future economic benefits it attracts. Islamic financial system, on the other hand, do not consider money as an instrument of trade or commodity. As such, it does not have interest value, but a mere medium of exchange. Therefore, the use of money as commodity is prohibited by Sharia, especially where make gains without effort or any form of risk. Islamic financial institutions are basically financial instruments essentially supported by assets of different forms, especially the tangible ones. So, in conclusion, Islamic financing is working within the Sharia framework following certain restrictions. First, Islamic financial cannot provide finance for an activity which is prohibited by Sharia or Islamic law, irrespective of its profitability and economic viability. For example, business of liquor, pork, pornography. Second, Islamic financial cannot lend any amount in cash for interest. However, need is fulfilled either through supply of required asset or through profit and loss sharing. Consequently, certain financial needs of some section of the society are ignored in financing, including personal loans and working capital requirement of not-for-profit organisation. Third, under Islamic financial system, where financing is provided under profit and loss sharing. Although profit can be shared as per agreement between the parties involved, however, loss must be shared according to capital contribution or ownership. Islamic banking is not a foreign to business world as it is perceived by certain quarters. It is a business very much like conventional banking within certain restrictions imposed by Islamic law. All business needs are being fulfilled by Islamic financial institution in efficient ways through murabahah, ijarah, by salam, istinad, musyarakah and mudarabah. Thank you.